Hello and welcome to Marco on Markets. This channel is for educational purposes only and shares my personal opinions and investment process. Nothing on this video should be taken as financial product advice or recommendation to buy or sell any investment product. Always do your own research and consider obtaining advice from a licensed financial advisor before making investment decisions. Good morning, it's Monday, 17th of August 2026, 9:55 a.m. I hope you guys all had a good weekend. Today's focus, we've got BlueScope Steel reporting. Their last price was $33.69. This is their current graph for the last 5 years or so. So yeah, generally on an upward trajectory from around 2022. I'll go through their report. We've got the market expected to open up lower today by 0.35% based on the ASX SPI 200. The overnight market in America was pretty flat for the S&P 500 at 0.17. Dow Jones was minus 0.2 down also, and the Nasdaq down 0.28%. We will go through, I've downloaded the report this morning. I just want to go through some highlights of that with you. So let's start at the summary page here. We've got the underlying EBIT jump to $1.27 billion, and that is up from 535 million, which is quite good. We've got the NPAT raise to $802 million, and that's up from $718 million year on year. So this result demonstrates the strength and diversification of the portfolio despite weak Asian steel spreads. Then we've also got shareholder returns here. BlueScope Steel's promised its $3 per share in calendar year 2026, which it returned, and then now plans to deliver another $3 per share in calendar year 2027, which is equivalent to around $1.3 billion. This is a significant increase in capital management and highlights confidence in future cash flow generation. Next, we've got cost reductions. So the company has completed its $200 million cost and productivity program. The actions already taken are expected to deliver an additional $150 million benefit in FY 2027. This should improve profitability even if steel markets remain challenging. Next, we've got major projects. Major projects are moving from construction to earning generation. So we've got Western Sydney metal coating line and New Zealand EFA has commenced its ramp up. We've got Northern Star debottlenecking is progressing and increasing capacity. And then, so peak capacity is largely behind the company, meaning future cash flow should improve as these assets begin contributing to earnings. Apologies for that. Then we've got page 7, the group outlook. So there's a strong outlook for the first half of FY 27. BlueScope expects that underlying EBITDA of $860 million to $960 million. Australia is expecting to be around 2/3 stronger than second half of FY 26, and North America more than 1/3 stronger. Improved steel spreads are driving a positive guidance. Next thing we've got is safety. So Safety first. So safety performance remains a concern. So the total recordable injury frequency rate remains elevated at 8.5. So 8.5 is the number of recorded injuries per 1 million hours worked across its operation. Also in November 2025, they did have a fatality of a contractor, and management repeatedly emphasised safety is its highest priority. So, I mean, that's always going to be a challenge in a company like BlueScope. All right, next is the net debt. So the net debt has increased to $600 million, and that's up from $2 million, which is a significant increase, and it reflects the heavy capital investment program. We've got Asian steel markets fundamentally remain difficult. Management highlighted continued Chinese overcapacity pressuring the regional steel spreads. While conditions improve somewhat, Asia remains the most challenging macroeconomic environment. Finally, I wanted to go to return on invested capital. So we've got a group return on investment capital improved to 10.7%, which was up from 6.2%, but remains well below the expectation returns achieved in 2022, where it was 41.6%. Australia's return on invested capital was 3.8%. Showing earnings are still highly dependent on steel spreads recovering further. So one other interesting fact was that BlueScope Steel owns approximately 1,200 hectares of surplus land across strategic locations, including Port Kembla, Western Port, Glenbrook, and West Dapto. Over 60% is already approximately zoned and developable. The company realised $76 million in a single 33-hectare land sale at West Dapto in FY26 and is actively pursuing logistics, energy, battery storage, and other industrial developments across the portfolio. This land value is largely separate from the steel business, but could become a meaningful source of future capital generation that many investors may not fully factor into their valuation. So that's it on there. Let's see how the market opened and also how the market received the report. I'm always interested in how the market opens after a report is released. So let's do a refresh there. And it's mildly flat. So it's 0.15% increase there, which is not really high or low. Let's just have a look if it has jumped around this morning. I mean, market's been open for about 5 minutes. So it did, just go up that slight bit. So let's look at the broader market. So as I mentioned before, the indicator was supposed to be down 0.35%, and it has opened down at 0.28%. So broadly in line with what was expected. Okay, let's have a look at the ASX 200, the leaders and laggards. So let's start with the negatives. Rightio, so leading the way is Horizon Holdings. They do ground freight and logistics, down 8.6%. We've got A2 Milk, they are down 7.33%. Eagers Automotive is down 2.43%. Car Group down 1.96%. And ANZ giving back a bit of last week's gains, down 1.85%. And then if we have a look at the leaders there, all right, we've got Austal, that's the aerospace and defence. They're up 4.59%. Bellevue Gold up 3.3%. Capricorn Metals up 2.59%. Life 360 up 2.12%. And 4D Medical up 1.65%. I'm just going to have a look at my watch list. So broadly red for me. So let's have a look at my positions and we'll update the, oh, that's massive. JB Hi-Fi down 12%. I don't currently hold that, but it is one of my stocks that I like to watch. I'll just quickly see if they've made any announcements. So they've got a non-executive director change. They've got the results for 2026. Okay, so I haven't had a chance to look at that, but obviously was not well received there. Down 12%, NAB down 4.64%, Wesfarmers down 2.72%. We've mentioned ANZ and then Aristocrat there down just under 1%. On the leaders, we've got Woolworths up 1.8%, Viva Energy up 0.72%, Coles up 0.13%, Commonwealth down 0.1%, and Accent Group flat. Update my portfolio amounts. So Accent Group 67.5 cents, so that's currently down 64% after dividends. Commonwealth Bank 167.01. That's down a bit from Friday's close, so down 5.79% now. Coles is up slightly, 23.57, which is down just 1 cent from market close. So that's 1.73, or actually it probably wasn't market close, it was probably just a bit before. So always mention that the prices do change a bit towards the end of the day, even after close. And then we've got Westpac down a bit from Friday, $35.05, so now down 7.7%. So there'll be no trades for me today unless there's some announcements through the day. Our closest position to exiting is Coles, currently down 1.73%. We've got a target sell on at 24.52, which is another 95 cents increase, or basically needs to go up 4% before we can achieve that target. And I'll have a look at one more watch list, which is just a broader stock list that I have with a few tech stocks in there. Let's have a look at the leaders there. So JB Hi-Fi is on this list as well. What do we got? WiseTech Global's down 3.43%. What about in the positives? Yeah, it looks like that Woolworths is doing really well today, 1.85% up. I'll just have a look if they made any announcements. That's quite a big increase for such a big company. No, nothing there. Anything in the news? No, not really. So that might be just a bit, just because it could be rotation. So what happens with investors is they'll come out of one group of stocks that are trending and they might be going into another. So it could be that. I'm hoping that the part of this 1.85% rubs onto my Coles position. We got Telstra, that's up 1.1%. They did have a big fall last week on the back of earnings. I think they fell between at one stage they were down like 5%. I think that might have retreated to about 3% down. So just coming back a bit there, maybe oversold a bit. We had Baby Bunting, which was one that I discussed last week. They were up like 24% at one stage, and then I think they ended up around that 5% mark on the close Friday. Yeah, so they did increase and then gave quite a bit of that back. The last one, we'll just go back to BlueScope and just see how that is going for them after their investors have started to take in their report. So now they're actually down 2.58%. So the market not really liking that. On the next update, I'll just touch base on that company and see how that ended up. So we'll leave it there for the morning. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one.